Okay guys, so in this video, we are going to look at 4 past papers. Paper 1, Afrikaans paper 1. We are going to look at the taal questions, more specifically the sinstrukture, to see the type of questions that they ask, what they test you on, so that you know what to expect when you write your exam. Okay, so the 4 papers that we are going to look at is a November 21 and a May 22. And as you can see, they have the same vibe. The question starts with a strokie spread up here, the same here. And the first 2 are in order. Here they have a tense one, and here the ontkenning, and the same one over here. However, they do not all look like that. And this is not the exact structure. So that's why we're looking at a November 21 and a May 21 one as well. See, it's different. There's no strokie spread over here and here. And actually, it's not in the same format and order. So the reason we look at 4 different ones, obviously, is that you do not expect just a certain type of question or order or certain type of paper. And then when you do not get the same one, that you are confused or stressed in the paper. Now, I did mention in the title that I'm going through IEB papers. So that doesn't mean if you're not IEB that you cannot gain from this, or you might not get the same questions. However, the format is different. In an IEB paper, the question 8, the whole question 8 is just sinstrukture, meaning voegwoorde, leidende, bedrijvende, indirecte rede, stuff like that. And that's what I'm going to be focusing on. However, when you do GDE, it is mixed. The question is mixed. More than one question is mixed with woordstructure and sinstrukture. For example, here they ask a homoniem, a deelwoord, there they have a toekomende, and then again they want een woord, 'n meervoud voornaamwoord. So it is mixed, and I just want to focus on the sinstrukture. Okay. And you also see I'm actually not going in order of the questions. I'm not going number 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to be focusing on concepts together. Okay, guys, in today's video, we are going to look at those 4 past papers, and we are going to look at the infinitief questions. Let's recap. What is infinitief? It can be om te, behoort, en hoef nie. And remember, with all of these, we are going to put a te in front of the verb at the end of the sentence at verb 2. Okay, we are going to start with the behoort questions. Let's look at the first paper. So, at the top of this question, they state, rewrite the sentences starting with the words in bold. So this is how we know it is a behoort question, because they say, die seun behoort, and we have to start with that. So the sentence is, die seun moet 'n tweede kans kry om sy werk te doen. Okay, so first thing that we see here is daar's 'n moet. Moet is 'n hulpwerkwoord, but it's going to be replaced by behoort, so that is going to fall away. And then what I say, we are going to put a te in front of the verb. So where's the verb? There it is. Kry is the verb. However, let's have a look here. In one of the other video, we also had this with the other questions. Om sy werk te doen. What is that? That is also infinitief. But we need to remember that the verb needs to stand in front of this. So whatever happens, it needs to stay in front of this. We shouldn't move the verb at the end of the sentence, at the back of it. When we look at stompie, infinitive, verb 2 is always in front of it. So this is what we have to do. Easy peasy. Moet will fall away. We found the verb, we put te in front of it, and this, we don't care about that. So pause, see if you can do it. Let's look at the answer. So die seun behoort 'n tweede kans te kry om sy werk te doen. So there it is. This is what they are testing you on. So that you know, to see if you know that moet falls away, that you put a te in front of the verb, and in this case, nothing happens here. Nothing moves to the end. Okay, another paper. So there we have behoort, al die mense behoort. So al die mense moet teen 4 uur uit die restaurant wees. So we know moet will fall away because it's being replaced by behoort. And what do we have to do? We look for our verb, because we have a hulpwerkwoord here. Our other verb already moved to the end, so easy peasy at the end there. So, can remember what to do? See if you can write the answer. Let's look at it. Al die mense behoort moet val away. Teen 4 uur uit die restaurant te wees. Te wees there at the end. Easy peasy. That is what they're testing you on. Do you know to put te in front of your verb? Okay, next one. Elke kind moet 'n kans kry om verder te studeer. Okay, but this time we know about moet. It needs to fall away. And where is our verb? There's our verb kry. And again, om verder te studeer. So again, infinitive. But let me bring back the other question. Do you see? It is basically the same sentence. The past one, remember that we did first. Die seun moet 'n tweede kans kry om sy werk te doen. And this one is, elke kind moet 'n kans kry om verder te studeer. So basically the same sentence. So clearly this is something that they like to test us. Okay, let's see if you can do it. Let's look at the answer. Elke kind behoort 'n kans te kry. There we have te in front of the verb. And then om verder te studeer. We don't do anything to that. Okay, next one. Professionele duikers moet elke jaar in die see duik. So let's see. We have moet there. And then let's look for our verb. There it is. Okay, let's see if you can do it. It's very easy. Professionele duikers behoort elke jaar in die see te duik. Nothing difficult there. We just put the te in front of the verb. Okay, so two things that we saw. Number one, it is very easy sentences. There might be a lot of words in it. However, we don't care about how long the sentences are. We just have to look for our verb. And in two of these questions, it was a normal sentence where you just put te in front of the verb. In the other two questions, we had the verb and then we had another infinitive after that. And again, we just put te in front of it and then we just leave the infinitive alone. Okay. Now we are going to look at the hoef sentences and questions. However, very important to note and remember that hoef is not just hoef, it is hoef nie. We're going to put a nie immediately after hoef. Okay, let's read the sentence. Die seun moet alle sport vir 6 maande staak. So we have moet, which we know by now is going to fall away because we have a new verb 1. And then we have to look for our verb. There it is. So, just like behoort, we're going to put te in front of the verb. But very important to remember here, after hoef, we're going to put a nie. And then, at the end of the sentence, because it is a negative sentence, we're going to have another nie because we have twee nies in Afrikaans. Okay, let's see if you can do this. Pause. Now let's look at the answer. Die seun hoef nie. There we have the first thing they're testing on. Alle sport vir 6 maande te staak nie. So nothing difficult. We just have to remember the nies, and especially the first nie over here, and then the te in front of our verb, and then the second nie at the end. Okay. Another question, another paper. This one. Jy moet op jou eie hierdie belangrike besluite neem. So there we have moet. And we know it's going to fall away. Now we have to look for our verb. There is our verb. Okay, can you guys remember what you need to do? Pause. Do the answer. Now let's see. Jy hoef nie op jou eie hierdie belangrike besluite te neem nie. Nie after the hoef, te in front of the verb, and nie at the end. Okay, next one. Bongie ontmoet elke Vrydag sy vriende vir middagete. So let's see. It says ontmoet. It doesn't say moet. Okay, this is very weird because it's almost the same. However, it's not the same at all. We do not have a moet. But we have a normal verb. Ontmoet means meet, a normal verb. So, again, we're going to have nie. And then we're going to have te in front of the verb. Okay. And then the last nie at the end. But can you guys remember what to do with this verb? Okay. We have a new verb 1. Can you remember what happens to this verb? Pause. See if you can do it. Let's have a look. Bongie hoef nie elke Vrydag sy vriende vir middagete te ontmoet nie. Okay, so our verb moves because we have a new verb 1 and this one cannot sit on the other one's lap. So it needs to move to verb 2. It gets a t in front of it and then the nie at the end. Okay, easy peasy. Okay, so with the hoef nie, we realized that with most of them, there was a moot that needed to fall away. And then, because there was a moot, the verb was already at verb 2 at the end. So it was easy. You just put the t in front of it, and then, very important, the nie at the end. However, we did have one where we have a normal verb. And then we just need to remember, we're going to have hoef nie, and then that normal verb will now move to the end to verb 2, t in front of it, nie at the end. Okay, let's have a look at this. This is the only different question that was in all these 4 papers. Let's have a look. Sy pa sit ook op die rusbank omdat hy na die gesprek luister. So initially you think, oh, it's a voegwoord. However, they want us to start with sy pa sit ook op die rusbank om. So it's an om question, an om te question. So what do we do? Number 1, omdat is going to fall away because we replace it with om. And then we just go back to the basics. We look for our verb. What do we put in front of it? And that is it. Pause, see if you can do it. And let's look at the answers. Sy pa sit ook op die rusbank om na die gesprek te luister. So easy peasy. This is an om te question. We already have the om there. So we just had to put the te in front of the verb. Okay, guys, I hope that this helped you. Please have a look. I have a whole playlist of videos where I look at the past papers in order for you to see what to expect. Bye-bye.